In Dividing Military Pensions and Benefits Part 2, we covered formulas for splitting retirement pay for service members recommended by the Uniformed Services Former Spouses Protection Act, or USF-SPA. With this video, we are covering some of the benefits and privileges you may continue to enjoy even after divorcing a military service member. Let's talk about continuing military benefits, commissary, and post-exchange or PX privileges. An unmarried former spouse of a military service member is entitled to commissary and PX privileges to the same extent and on the same basis as the surviving spouse of a retired member of the uniformed services. This means that if you had commissary and PX privileges at the time of divorce, you can continue to receive these privileges as long as you remain unmarried. The USF-SPA uses the 20-20-20 test to determine eligibility for commissary and PX privileges. This is to say that the service member spouse has 20 years of creditable service, the marriage lasted 20 years, and there is a 20-year overlap between the marriage and the creditable service. Let's talk about medical benefits. There are three categories of health care coverage for former full military health care coverage, transitional health care for up to a year after the divorce, and the DoD Continued Health Care Benefit Program. To qualify for the full military health care program, the former spouse must remain unmarried. The former spouse must satisfy the 20-20-20 rule, and the former spouse cannot be enrolled in an employer-sponsored health plan. To qualify for the Transitional Health Care Plan, which is 1 year of coverage, the requirements are similar to the requirements for the full military health care program, except that the former spouse satisfies the 20-20-15 rule instead of the 20-20-20 rule. To qualify for a second year of coverage, the former spouse must have enrolled in the DoD Continued Health Care Benefit Program. To qualify for the DoD Continued Health Care Benefit Program, or CHAMPUS, you must be losing entitlement to a military health care program such as divorce through a military service member, a non-career military personnel member, and family members who are about to lose coverage. It is important to note that there is a time limitation and costs associated with this coverage. For more information about CHAMPUS coverage, please consult your military health care administrator. Let's talk about Designated Survivor Benefit Plans, or SBP beneficiaries. Generally, military retirement pay terminates when the military service member dies. The SBP acts as a life insurance policy of sorts that makes up for the loss of military retirement pay to eligible survivors such as spouses or former spouses and children in the form of a monthly payment. Generally, a spouse's coverage under the SBP expires upon divorce. However, there are states that allow for divorce decrees to direct service members to elect their former spouses as SBP beneficiaries. You can download a PDF version of the USF-SPA manual by clicking here.